called intuitive. And this is a personal story, and I have so many of them. And this is absolutely one where it's like, you know, where it sits in your heart, and just that in that moment it changed the history for that person and changed the history for me too. As again, I will never forget this story. This is a story from many years ago, where I worked in a clinic and I was the clinic manager, and this beautiful lady was coming in for a frozen shoulder, having different therapy, physical therapies for her frozen shoulder. But of course, as an energy healer and as a medical intuitive and somebody who sees spirits, I could see her son in the spirit. But the first of all is, I didn't want to come to her and say to her blah 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 blah, because is she open to a spiritual world? Remember that. I can't walk around the shops and tell persons all sorts of things, because are they open to it? They're not asking me questions. So I need to be in respect to that person. And then I came to her, we started talking, and I said to her, are you open to it? Cut the short story is, the frozen shoulder, what she was having, and the pain what she was experiencing is, when I spoke with her, and I've seen it, I put two and two together, it was from the car accident where she held her son and he passed away in her arms. From that emotional grief and pain, she locked in the shoulder, she locked in the emotion, she locked in the essence of her son into her shoulder and absolutely froze it. Because what if she lets it go? What if she lets it go? That she was holding her son, but in her mind, there was all wired up like that. So while I was talking to her, while I was doing the energy, while I was giving her messages from her son in order, and the whole point was to help her to unlock that pain, because I could see that pain and suppressed emotions. And to today's day, that beautiful face, that beautiful woman will never get out of my head, because helping people to get that pain out and that suppressed emotions is my calling. It is my legacy. It is where I want to take you from limited to the limitless. With your emotions, they get blocked, and for some reason, for each one of us, they get blocked differently. We need to just find it, what happened, and release that. And we didn't do, I will just say this, no breath work, no nothing like it. It was just to do energy and the mindset and energy and mindset unpacking it. If she could have done it before me, she would have done it. She never put two and two together. And we never can see our blind spots. So if you're sitting back and going like, I've got this pain, I don't know how to. Of course, if you would know, you would have done it. Something is entangled together for a reason. And when trauma happens to all of us, it happens differently. Not two people are going to experience, let's go say, same trauma, same way, and block it and store it in the same way. We're all storing it differently, based on what happened in our childhood, based on our wounds, what we have from before. I will just give you a reminder, this beautiful lady, she was at a time about 50 years old, like my age. So, you know, so she had a life of experiences, of traumas and suppressed emotions, and where she stored things and she didn't actually clear it out because she didn't know. And in the moment when that released and the pain went away, that was, I remember it was just like such a weight coming off. So this is for a person who maybe is experiencing something similar and you're holding it. And you're grieving. And nobody's going to take away your grieving. I didn't take away that part where she was, the memory wasn't erased of her son. The memory was just giving such an honor to her, honoring her. And at the moment too, I was a mother, so as a mother to another mother, that pain and seeing that, I remember I experienced that in the hospitals, I experienced that with my family members, and seeing that pain, I would always wanted to go and help. So if this is you, and if you're hearing this, and if it helps you a little bit of it, or you know someone who is having a pain similar to it, maybe you can share this video with them. And we pay forward the healing. And we make this world a better place. Because as my grandpa said, the world, what you came in, make sure that you leave it better than when you came into it. And pay forward, and pay forward.